Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, the appeal hearing for Central Maine Power's Corridor project began yesterday. We'll hear from both sides of the issue.
Plus, we'll hear from a local historical society that is concerned for its continuance as its volunteer staff is aging out.
And false campaign signs for Troy Jackson have been popping up. We'll hear why he's responded to them as a, quote, low blow by the GOP. This and more local news right now.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Joe Cortez. Thanks for joining us this morning. It is Thursday, July 21st. I wish we were going back to January. Wow. Yeah. Don't even know why that popped in my head. Maybe it's all the insurrection talk and all the things going on. So there's a lot of things popping up. But it is July. Don't worry. We're not skipping back to winter time. It looks like it's going to be a pretty good day forecast-wise. We'll have to see if it's going to be the perfect summer day or if we have to wait until the weekend.
Right. No, some cloud cover and may be good.
Here's the first check of your forecast with Devin Biggs.
Thank you very much, Joe and Emma. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1 Rockland, Thomas, and Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Already, we have a small area of the state under a small crowd advisory that's going to be lasting until about 10 p.m. this evening. Some higher surf will be possible for those areas, which is why that's been issued. Otherwise, though, it's the southwestern corner of the state under a heat advisory, and that'll last until 8 p.m. this evening when things start to cool off a little bit. But for now, though, we're looking pretty decent out there, though. We're going to stay dry for most of the day under a partly cloudy sky, watching out for strong and possibly severe thunderstorms in the late afternoon to the evening period as well, as this area of low pressure right about in here moves from the west to the east, a strong area right about in here. So once we get this through, we'll need to keep an eye on this, so this will cause some trouble for us in a few areas tonight. So futurecast showing any fog this morning getting out of here. There's a chance for strong to severe thunderstorms late afternoon, about 4, 5, 6 o'clock. We'll start seeing that moving in. Then, of course, by around later this evening, we'll start seeing some of that tapering off. But again, your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning into the afternoon period, overall becoming partly cloudy, getting very warm, temperatures in the upper 80s. The storms arrive by the late afternoon to the evening time frame. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Joe and Emma.
Devin, thank you.
First up this morning, Maine State Police are investigating a homicide involving a teenage girl in Mount Vernon. State Police spokesperson Shannon Moss says on Monday, around 6 p.m., a mother returned to her home to find her 14-year-old daughter deceased. The State Police Major Crimes Unit was called in to investigate.
Moss says evidence technicians and detectives worked into the early morning hours looking for evidence and conducting interviews. The Chief Medical Examiner's Office has ruled her death a homicide.
Kennebec County deputies and state troopers searched the greater Kennebec County area looking for a red 2010 Chevy Impala with the Maine Support Wildlife registration plate of 510 AVW after the mother discovered the vehicle was missing from the driveway. Officers located the vehicle Tuesday morning in Wayne. Detectives would like to speak with anyone who may have seen the car Monday evening or Tuesday morning. Anyone with information is asked to call State Police at 624-7076.
The U.S. Marshals Service Violent Offender Task Force has arrested 35-year-old Raymond Lester of Portland, who was wanted in connection with a fatal hit-and-run in Acadia National Park earlier this summer. Lester was wanted by Maine State Police on a warrant issued on June 21st for one count of murder. 35-year-old Nicole McKemmy died in that hit-and-run incident just days before near the Schoodic Education and Research Center in Winter Harbor. Police had asked for the public's help in locating the vehicle they believed to be involved, which was registered to Raymond Lester. Police say he had been in a relationship with McKemmy. Lester was also being sought on a federal warrant for unlawful flight to avoid prosecution. Investigators in Maine learned Lester had fled the U.S. and was in Cancun, Mexico. Mexican authorities, in collaboration with the Marshals Service, took Lester into custody Monday evening without incident. Lester has been transferred back to Maine, according to authorities.
In a related story, a disturbing trend is taking shape as Maine is on track to set a homicide record this year. According to the Attorney General's office, the state has seen 18 homicide cases, with the modern record being 31, set in 2008. The AG says of those 18 cases, one was labeled a juvenile homicide and another was labeled a manslaughter. Most of the other cases involved domestic violence. Director of Development and Engagement at Partners for Peace, Casey Falkingham, talked about the effects of domestic violence.
We know this is happening and it has devastating consequences to communities, and it can, in fact, sometimes lead to someone deciding to take the life of the individuals that they're in the relationship or in a family with.
If you or a loved one is dealing with domestic violence, you can reach out to Partners for Peace at their 24/7 hotline. That number is 800-863-9909. You can learn more by visiting our website, foxbangor.com.
3 people have been arrested in connection with alleged drug distribution from a home in Hamden. According to the MDEA, 31-year-old Dwayne Henry of Springfield, Massachusetts, is charged with trafficking in drugs. His bail was set at $5,000 cash. 31-year-old Andy Pacheco of Springfield, Massachusetts, is charged with aggravated drug trafficking due to the quantity of drugs seized. And 37-year-old Jessica Bell of Hamden is also charged with aggravated drug trafficking. Maine Drug Enforcement Agency Commander Peter Arno says over the past several months, drug agents and the Hamden Police Department have been investigating the group for allegedly distributing fentanyl and crack cocaine from a Ruth Avenue home. Now, on Tuesday, they searched the home. Arno says they seized a handgun, approximately 80 grams of crack cocaine, 200 grams of fentanyl, and approximately $10,000 in suspected drug proceeds.
The Waldo County Sheriff's Office is investigating a tractor accident that killed one person in Northport yesterday evening. The Waldo County Dispatch Center received a 911 call around 7 p.m. Witnesses told deputies a loader going north on Atlantic Highway rolled backwards down the road before it left the side of the road and rolled over into a ditch. Officials say 62-year-old Scotty Richards of Northport was thrown from the loader and died as a result of his injuries. The cause of the accident remains under investigation.
Protesters appeared in front of the Augusta Civic Center early Wednesday morning as the Maine Department of Environmental Protection began a 2-day appeal hearing for the Central Maine Power's Corridor project. Sierra Jordan was there and has the details.
In May of 2020, the Department of Environmental Protection approved a permit to allow Central Maine Power to construct a 145-mile high-voltage transmission line. This will send hydropower from Quebec to electricity customers in Massachusetts.
People in Maine don't want this. We don't benefit from it. Our forest is going to be torn up.
Anti-corridor advocates say the transmission line will have negative impacts on the environment, including damaging undeveloped forests and wildlife habitat, jeopardizing the creation of clean energy jobs, and more.
Cold water fisheries that are probably the best in the country, recreational opportunities, wildlife. It has enormous impacts in a really precious part of the state, and we just don't think it's the right place.
In 2020, 3 appeals were filed by the Natural Resources Council of Maine, Next Era Energy Resources, and the West Forks Group, but took more than a year for the BEP to review the appeal.
When the permit was awarded, we've appealed that. Why it's taken so long for them to hear our appeal, so that deserves an investigation all of its own.
Meanwhile, in last year's election, more than 60% of voters approved a ban on construction of the CMP corridor. It is now up to the Maine Supreme Judicial Court to determine whether the CMP corridor construction can continue.
They're ignoring the people's referendum. They're ignoring their own DEP suspended the permit.
Anti-corridor advocates stood in the hot sun right outside Augusta Civic Center holding signs that read, "Revoke CMP's permit, follow the law, Mainers voted no," and other messages.
We want the BEP to know that our opinion hasn't changed and we're watching them and we expect full transparency as they're making their determinations.
The BEP meeting is not over yet. It will continue tomorrow, July 21st, starting at 9 a.m. right here at the Augusta Civic Center. At the end of tomorrow's meeting, they will decide whether or not they will host a public hearing. In Augusta, I'm Sierra Jordan reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
The time is now 6:09. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, we'll hear about the probable link between avian flu and the uptick in seal strandings off the coast of Maine.
But first, here's a quick look at your forecast today. Temperatures in the high 80s, partially sunny skies as opposed to partially cloudy skies. Tonight, some strong thunderstorms are moving in. Temperatures dropping down to a low of 68. And tomorrow, we're creeping up to 90 degrees for your Friday with mostly sunny skies.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
Sign up for You Pick 'em Red Sox at foxbangor.com. Pick who you think is going to win and compete against other fans for prizes.
You describe her as a neighbor's worst drunk nightmare.
4 a.m, we're laying in bed. The loudness, the drunkenness. I was planning on moving.
Because if nobody's going to move, you got to grow the heck up.
Hot Bench. Thursday at 3 on ABC 7.
Senate President Troy Jackson is speaking out after signs promoting false campaign slogans have been found around Aroostook County. This past weekend, Maine's GOP Twitter page posted signs that read, "Vote Troy Jackson, defund the police." This was followed by Maine GOP volunteers carrying identical signs during the Potato Blossom Festival in Fort Fairfield. Jackson says he noticed the signs during the family outing and referred to the GOP's actions as a, quote, low blow, saying there is no truth to their claims.
I mean, I think anyone that knows me, including the people that are holding these signs or putting these signs out, knows that it's, not accurate. I mean, I've never, fought to defund the police, never spoke about it. I mean, if anything, I've been on the other side of this issue.
We reached out to Maine GOP and have not received a response. Jackson's opponent, Representative Susan Bernard, released a statement that read, quote, "I'm running my campaign based solely on my background and record of support for Aroostook County. I did not pay for, approve, or even have knowledge about those signs. It is not part of my campaign," end quote.
The Brewer Historical Society seeks to preserve historic antidotes, but now the nonprofit organization says they need some help. AJ Douglas has the details.
We put the word out that we needed help, and a lot of people started to show up, but it's always needing just a little bit more.
The Brewer Historical Society has requested additional volunteer members to help them collect research for homes, professional buildings, and people. Mayor Michelle LaBrie Daniels says joining the team requires little commitment as meetings are only scheduled once a month for 9 months out the year. Organizers are encouraging younger people to join as well.
We put the word out that we needed help, and a lot of people started to show up, but it's always needing just a little bit more. It's not a lot of time.
The younger people, they have time for looking on their Facebook phone, on their phone, but how about spending maybe that hour doing something that is important to the community?
The nonprofit works to provide one high school student with a $1,000 scholarship through community fundraisers. The organization is working to complete a children's program that will educate middle schoolers by teaching them about Brewers history.
Most of them don't know that there was brick building here in Brewer, that there was the ice making here. So those are things that we'd like the children to learn and to grow up. And probably they'll educate their parents.
Anyone interested in joining the Brewer Historical Society is welcome to attend their next meeting, which is on September 12th, or email brewerhistoricalsociety@gmail.com. In Brewer, AJ Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
It's 14 minutes past the top of the hour. Coming up after the break, communities in rural Maine will receive grant money to expand opportunities in the field of healthcare.
Plus, we'll hear about the expedition that occurred last month in Frenchman's Bay in order to study the amount of trash on the coastline. This and more local news when we return.
Ladies, a Maine adventure.
We've got glue sticks, we got dry erase, we got pens, we got notebooks. Go to Rennie's for everything for back to school.
I didn't go to school anymore.
Thank you for shopping Rennie's.
Goose River Farm and Meat Store is conveniently located on Route 3 across from Hammond Lumber in Belfast. They have a wide selection of meat and poultry, including beef, pork, lamb, chicken, duck, rabbit, and turkey. Buy your steak and meats for grilling this summer. ABC 7, Fox 22, Village Variety, and Mad Cat and Company Bar and Grill want to send you to see A Day to Remember, live in concert with special guests Beartooth and Bad Omens, Wednesday, August 3rd at the Main Savings Amphitheater in Bangor. Sign up to win tickets by registering at Village Variety in Glenburn and Mad Cat and Company Bar and Grill in Brewer, where friends meet and become family. Win tickets to see A Day to Remember, August 3rd on the Bangor waterfront.
The federal government is launching an investigation into a high number of seal strandings off the coast of Maine that appear to be linked to the avian flu. Now, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration says the strandings began in June. 150 have been reported through Monday. The agency says most of the seals were found dead. NOAA said Friday it has declared an unusual mortality event about the strandings, which have affected harbor and gray seals. That declaration authorizes a federal investigation to try to determine the cause and minimize the deaths.
The push for paid family and medical leave is gaining momentum. Matthew Duronsic has the latest developments.
Advocates for Maine's Women's Lobby and Maine's People's Alliance are announcing that they have begun collecting signatures for a potential referendum question for paid family and medical leave that would be on the Maine ballots in 2023. Should this be passed, people would be allowed to take at least 16 weeks of paid leave for reasons like maternity care, caring for a loved one, or deployment, with funding coming from both the employers and employees who decide to opt in.
It would be being able to take care of yourself. It would be to care for loved ones, and also would allow you to take care of all of the logistics and things involved with managing a loved one's deployment or return from deployment, and still have your job to go back to.
Maine's People's Alliance Policy Director Kate Blackford says advocates have been pushing for these changes for a long time.
We have had members from our organization and people across the state participate in that process, and the clamoring for paid leave in Maine and the support for a generous, robust, accessible program is really, really strong.
With COVID-19 and inflation front of mind, Blackford knows that the need for paid time leave will exist for many people in the future.
All of us are going to need paid leave at some point, whether it's for our own health, whether it's for the people that we love. It's something that all of us really could and should be relying on to make sure that we've got that stability.
Should this get passed, Maine would join 12 states in creating paid family leave insurance programs, joining California, New Jersey, Massachusetts, and others. In studio, Matthew Duronsic, ABC 7, Fox 22.
The time is now 6:19.
Now let's get a full look at that beautiful forecast we have today, tomorrow, and into the weekend. Devin Biggs has the latest.
Thank you very much, Joe and Emma. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1 Rockland Thomason Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. A small craft advisory is in effect for the southwestern parts of the state, lasting until about 10 p.m. this evening. We have an area of low pressure that will be moving in, and it'll help to stir the ocean up for a good part of the region, though, which is why that is currently in effect. And of course, we got the heat issues as well. Southwestern parts of the state under a heat advisory, lasting until about 8 p.m. later on this evening. For now, just a few clouds moving in from the west, going toward the east. We'll be watching for more of that moving in throughout the daytime today. Most of the day we will be dry until late afternoon to the evening time frame. This area of low pressure right here will track off towards the east, so we're talking strong to possibly severe thunderstorms in a few spots later on this afternoon to the evening time frame. Now, as many of you head home from work, so be careful with that. Large hail and damaging winds cannot be ruled out. But again, wave heights at around 2 feet according to some of the buoys out there right now. Some areas up to 3 feet. We'll start seeing these increasing later on today, especially as the winds get gusty. And we're talking gusty winds in many areas reaching out to about 20 to 25 miles per hour today. And we'll start seeing those calming down tonight and in the morning period tomorrow, so this will not be lasting very long. So again, our average high is now 81 degrees and we'll be in the upper 80s to possibly lower 90s over the next few days, but some improvement by Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday as we fall back into the lower to middle 80s. But dew points will still be up in a few spots, though, so it'll feel humid out there. Next couple of days, today and tomorrow, we'll see dew points reaching for the middle to possibly upper 60s. Here's a legend right about in here. Then we'll fall back a little bit Friday, Saturday, and the parts of Sunday. Then late Sunday and Monday, dew points rising to possibly the 70s again before we fall back as we head towards your Tuesday. UV next forecast for today as you have the door will be at an 8. That is considered very high. That means a burn time of around 15 minutes, so hats, sunglasses, sunscreen, and shade will be necessary as you head out the door to avoid a bad sunburn. So moving forward for today, again, we may have a few areas of fog this morning that will get out of here. Will then become partly cloudy for the rest of the afternoon with more clouds moving in late and chances for strong to severe thunderstorms moving in by about 4 to 5 o'clock or so. Moving from the west to the east, and it'll fizzle out as they do. So once we get that through, we'll be done becoming partly cloudy after midnight. Some areas of fog will also develop in a few spots. So here's the risk right here, strong to possibly severe storms. In the yellow shade, that is a slight risk, a 2 out of 5 risk, with a 1 out of 5 and marginal risk farther down toward the south. So your forecast coming out for today, partly cloudy afternoon, thunderstorms late. Highs in the upper 80s and south wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Later on tonight, upper 60s, scattered strong to severe thunderstorms possible early, then becoming partly cloudy late with areas of dense fog. South wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour early and then backing off. Already a Shepherd Toyota extended forecast. Small chance of storms as we head towards Friday afternoon. Saturday, we're partly cloudy. Highs in the low 90s, upper 80s by Sunday, mostly cloudy. Then more storms as we head towards Monday.
Ready to update your summer style? Shop department store brands for amazingly low prices during the Label Shopper Summer Sale. 25% off your favorite labels.
Label Shopper, great clothes, great prices.
One dead husband might be bad luck. 2 dead husbands.
This was looking more like a homicide investigation.
I was stunned.
Every killer might think they're pulling off the perfect crime.
She left all these clues, all this evidence. It was her fatal flaw.
Tonight on ABC.
Looking to haul a new piece of equipment? Homeowners or commercial, Coops Truck and Equipment has the right trailer for you. Coops is the largest dealer of truck flatbeds and hauler bodies in the state and can replace any old rusty bed or outfit, any new truck. Our full-service facility can modify all truck and trailers with steel and aluminum fabricators on duty. We are your go-to place for CM truck bodies, H&H trailers, and load trail trailers. For trailers, truck bodies, truck outfitting, and more, it's Coops.
Feel the difference of alpaca apparel from the Blue Alpaca Ranch and Store in Belfast. Stop by their ranch location to interact with these amazing animals and enjoy the beautiful Maine outdoors with your very own alpaca walk. Shop in-store or online today and take advantage of their free nationwide shipping. With their incredible selection of socks, sweaters, hats, and more, experience the unique qualities that alpaca fiber brings with the Blue Alpaca. Feel the difference.
Hi, my name is Erica James. Welcome to Designs by Erin, your destination for all luxury and fine jewelry.
Located in the heart of downtown Bangor, we are proud to be your local source for jewelry repair, repurposing, and custom designs. We take pride in the knowledge we can share and the exceptional customer service and craftsmanship we are able to provide. Visit us at 8 Merchants Plaza, envisioned by you, designed by Erin.
If you've been injured in an accident, tell them you mean business.
On to your national news. We have less than a month before students across the country head back into the classroom, and some school districts say they're still struggling to fill positions. Fox's Joy Addison has that story.
School districts are offering incentives and pay raises to get more teachers in the classroom before August. Some teacher recruiters say this is not a new problem, but the pandemic made it worse. Mississippi's Jackson Public Schools district joins hundreds of districts across the country preparing for the new school year, but dealing with one problem, an ongoing teacher shortage.
The pandemic definitely exacerbated it. It created a new set of challenges.
The Bureau of Labor Statistics projects over the next decade there will be over 124,000 openings for elementary school teachers and over 77,000 for high school teachers each year. Clint ISD, just outside of El Paso, Texas, over 1,000 miles away, shares the same problem.
At the end of the school year last year, we
we had a serious shortage of special education teachers. And that was very concerning. I certainly didn't want to start the school year with 18 vacancies.
Clint ISD got a federal grant to give $10,000 sign-on bonuses for special education teachers. But the superintendent says now the district has shortages in other areas.
Some teachers who decided to go into special education as a result of the funding that we were providing are now leaving other areas also vacant.
Mississippi also just gave the largest teacher pay raise in nearly 30 years. But Dr. Knowles agrees that pay increases alone won't fix the problem. And as it grows, there may be several long-term effects.
One thing I can think of off the top of my head is that, not having properly certified or qualified individuals in the classroom educating students. And so it creates a shuffling effect, if you will, to make sure that, students have a certified individual that they're receiving instruction from.
Lawmakers on Capitol Hill are meeting to discuss ways to help end the current teacher shortage, which include funding, investments into public loan forgiveness, and easing the barriers for teacher certification. In Houston, Joy Addison, Fox News.
Still to come here on the second half of our show. The Bangor Water District has a tight-knit community of employees. We'll see how volunteers gave out tours on the Thomas Hill Standpipe.
Plus, an expedition off the coast of Maine removed close to 5,000 pounds of trash. This and more local news coming up next.
Do you hate throwing away food that's gone bad? Does your pantry look like a bad disaster? What if you could keep your food as fresh as the day you bought it and vacuum seal any ingredient? Eric Thies here with my new portable, powerful PowerXL Duo NutriSealer. This incredible breakthrough in technology can savor any flavor while it seals in the freshness. What's the secret? The Duo NutriSealer will remove all the air. Once all the air is removed, the air pressure detection system is automatically activated and seals your bag tight. And it's the only patented handheld sealer that creates double seals. The Duo has a floating hinge and a built-in slicer to make bags of any size. You can even seal through liquid. Don't let its small compact size fool you. With just one touch of a button, the Duo seals any bag and it will stay bonded until you open it. Guaranteed. The Duo NutriSealer locks in nutrients and freshness so you can keep your food 5 times longer. Prep and freeze delicious meals, or buy wholesale and seal individual packs and save up to 60%. Our bags are BPA free, microwave safe, and will never leach. Now you can get my PowerXL Duo NutriSealer for only 3 payments of $33.33. Plus, it comes with an ironclad 1-year VIP guarantee protection plan and my recipe book filled with marinades for super delicious meals. We're still not done. Order now and you'll receive an entire year's worth of bags. That's a $50 value, yours free. And we'll also include free shipping. All this is a $300 value, yours today for only 3 payments of $33.33. Remember, this is a special TV-only offer. So call or go to PowerXLDuo.com right now.
Call 1-800-553-7034 or go to PowerXLDuo.com.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Happy Thursday, Maine. It's July 21st of 2022. Devin Biggs has your forecast coming up in just a moment.
Comedian John Lovitz is 65 today.
Hampton Academy and University of Maine grad and retired Major League Baseball player and shortstop Mike Bordick is 57 years old today. He played with Oakland, Baltimore, the New York Mets, and Toronto.
And today is Get to Know Your Customers Day. It's Invite an Alien to Live With You Day, and a summer favorite, National Junk Food Day.
Why was today the day I chose to go back to my healthy diet? That was terrible, a terrible decision on my part.
I was almost going to get a burger last night, but then I was like, you bought all sorts of ingredients to make something specific. You need to go. And I was good, and I normally don't do that because there's this nice new burger place right up the road, but I was like, no, I did it. And it was, guess what, I already told you, it was a soup.
Oh, soup on a hot day.
I picked soup to make on an 85-degree day.
Hey, you know what? Everyone makes mistakes. It's okay. It's perfectly okay.
I still enjoyed it, just
it's
sitting there sweating, eating my stupid soup.
It's similar to my grocery shopping story last night that I told you. I went grocery shopping, got all the good foods.
We've all been there.
And then realized it was too late in the day and was like, oh, what do I want for dinner? And just took a quick stop to Burger King and then went off. So
Burger King
don't
over
tell
McDonald's.
my nutritionist, though. I'll get in trouble.
Never.
Never. We'll see if we're going to be getting in trouble with those hot temperatures. Devin Biggs has a full weekday and a look at your weekend forecast coming right up.
Good morning, Devin.
Thank you very much, Joe and Emma. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1 Rockland, Thomas, and Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Already, we have a small area of the state under a small crowd advisory that's going to be lasting until about 10 p.m. this evening. Some higher surf will be possible for those areas, which is why that's been issued. Otherwise, though, it's the heat, the southwestern corner of the state under a heat advisory, and that'll last until 8 p.m. this evening when things start to cool off a little bit. But for now, though, we're looking pretty decent out there, though. We're going to stay dry for most of the day under a partly cloudy sky, watching out for strong and possibly severe thunderstorms in the late afternoon to the evening period as well, as this variable pressure right about in here moves from the west to the east, a strong area right about in here. So once we get this through, we'll need to keep an eye on this, so this will cause some trouble for us in a few areas tonight. So Futurecast showing any fog this morning getting out of here. There's that chance for strong to severe thunderstorms late afternoon, about 4, 5, 6 o'clock. We'll start seeing that moving in. Then, of course, by around later this evening, we'll start seeing some of that tapering off. But again, your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning into the afternoon period, overall becoming partly cloudy, getting very warm, temperatures in the upper 80s. The storms are out by the late afternoon to the evening time frame. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Joe and Emma.
Thank you, Devin.
Back to your local news. An expedition off the coast of Bar Harbor removed close to 5,000 pounds of trash at the end of June. Ocean Conservancy's Global Gear Initiative partnered with the Rauzelia Project, along with volunteers from the Maine Island Trail Association.
The goal was to remove abandoned, lost, and discarded fishing gear from the remote islands in the Gulf of Maine. The team traveled to the outer Bar Island in Gouldsboro to rid the area of the so-called ghost gear.
Ocean Conservancy's research shows that ghost gear is the most harmful type of marine debris to ocean life. And the second is it can really impact fishers negatively from an economic vantage point. Ghost gear can continue to fish and capture valuable fish stocks, as well as degrade important marine habitats that fish rely on for their survival.
According to the release, research indicates ghost fishing gear makes up 46 to 70% of all floating macroplastics in ocean gyres by weight. Now, it's been estimated that 20 to 25% of lobster pots are lost annually.
In Maine alone, 3 million pots are set every year, which means potentially 600,000 pieces of ghost gear are trapped in Maine waters annually. For more information, check out foxbangor.com. Removing a barrier to the beach during the hottest stretch of the summer.
Megan Wilgus has more on how Old Orchard Beach is making it easier for everyone to enjoy.
I met with a family who loves the beach, but due to mobility issues, they had difficulty getting to the shore. Luckily, with a few calls and 4 abnormally sized wheels, they're able to get back on the sand and enjoy what Maine has to offer.
To know it's right there and not be able to get to it is just, it's heartbreaking.
All Melinda Torrens wanted to do was bring her son with cerebral palsy down for a walk on the beach.
But it was a struggle trying to figure out, all right, how do you help him maneuver? Because a cane does not work in sand.
After some research, she discovered the Old Orchard Beach Recreation Wheelchair Rental Program.
It's just a wonderful program because it truly is. Every time our staff comes and delivers the beach wheelchair, it's like smiles, and it's people with their family, with their kids, with their grandkids on the beach.
10 wheelchairs are placed throughout hotels along the water and in the recreation office at a first-come, first-served basis. They are free to use despite their cost of $2,000.
I mean, it's worth the price, but looking at one, you wouldn't think that.
Well, you wouldn't think that when you look at the things that it appears to be made out of, but just having the ability to put that all together and to make it safe.
Just remember over the hill. I don't want to fall out.
They really are, you know, they're balanced and everything perfectly so that people don't tip over.
Ah, gorgeous.
Torrin's mother, Angelica Barrett, had 2 knee surgeries, making it difficult to walk in the sand.
Before you discovered these wheelchairs, how did you get to the beach?
I haven't actually been for a while, so this was a real plus.
How long do you think?
Oh gosh, it's probably been 5 years.
Barrett says she grew up on the beach and is happy to finally be back.
Gorgeous. It's not as hot as I thought it'd be. It's very, very comfortable. Not scary at all. And, just really, really pleasant.
Locals visited Thomas Hill Standpipe in Bangor to enjoy seasonal tours of the historic structure.
Stephanie Wittenbach visited Wednesday afternoon for their summer tour and has more.
The Bangor Water District has a tight-knit community of employees, and every year some of them volunteer to give tours of Thomas Hill Standpipe, which is available to the public. On Wednesday, they featured their summer tour.
The Thomas Hill Standpipe is one of the reasons why I came to work for Bangor Water District.
Engineer Josh Saucier says the water inside the standpipe supplies drinking water to the city of Bangor. Saucier says it comes from Flood's Pond in Otis. He says the standpipe stands at 110 feet tall and is 85 feet in diameter and is recognized as a National Historic Landmark. Many families came out to see the standpipe and some for the first time.
It is really exciting. I've never been up here for a million days, long time since I've been up here.
Saucier says over 350 people made it out Wednesday afternoon, and he's excited for the tours to come.
So right above me, you can see this sign. It says that the standpipe holds 1,750,000 gallons of water. But I actually spoke with one of the experts here who works for Bangor Water District and says that the actual amount is 1,500,000 gallons. And the next tour, reminder, is October 5th. In Bangor, I'm Stephanie Wittenbach reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22.
Still to come here this morning, Dave Peck and Tyler Cruz join us for sports as UMaine women's basketball is putting in the summer work for their upcoming season.
But first, here's a quick look at your forecast. A high of 87 degrees today, partially sunny skies out there. It'll be a beautiful Thursday for you. Now, tonight, strong thunderstorms will be moving in the area as we've seen all week. They've been popping up here and there. Temperatures dropping below 70. Tomorrow is when those temperatures are really starting to warm up to the 90s. We'll see mostly sunny skies. Peak performance right before the weekend.
At Hood, our love for New England inspired New England Creamery. We make it with premium Hood milk and cream, then we overload it with the good stuff. Like Green Mountain Mint chip with a rich fudgy swirl. Maine Sweet Blueberry with real delicious blueberries. And Cape Cod Fudge Shop, packed with fudgy truffles. Hood's New England Creamery. From Hood, for New England. Try all 13 flavors.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. If you have or are eligible for Medicaid, please listen closely. You may be eligible for a Medicare Advantage plan from WellCare with a zero or low plan premium. Call now. We can answer your questions and help you enroll over the phone. WellCare provides access to essential benefits that go beyond original Medicare, such as dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage with free home delivery. Plus, extra benefits like free over-the-counter healthcare items, free transportation, free gym membership, and home-delivered meals. Get more access to care with WellCare's telehealth services, including online doctor visits and a 24-hour nurse advice line. WellCare is contracted with Medicare to provide plans that may be perfect for you. Call 1-844-471-0022 now. That's 1-844-471-0022.
Hammond Lumber is the country's largest stocking dealer of Shoremaster products. You don't have to wait to get the dock system you want when you choose Shoremaster from Hammond Lumber Company.
Good morning, everyone. Well, the Major League Baseball draft finished up this week, and while he didn't hear his name called then, former Black Bear righty Matt Pichard has found his next team. The Brewer grad has signed with the Miami Marlins as an undrafted free agent following a 6-year career in Orono. Pichard led the entire conference with 9 saves in his final season with the Black Bears. He owned a 3-1 record with a 6.0 ERA in 30 innings and proved to be one of the most important pieces to Nick Durba's bullpen this past spring, and we will have more coverage of him as we go forward and hear about his tale to the pros. For now, though, we will stay on campus because summer workouts are underway for both Maine basketball teams. Earlier on Wednesday, Tyler Cruz caught up with Amy Vachon's crew as they start their preseason workouts.
Outside of the pit at the University of Maine, it is about 85 degrees in the shade. But if you go inside, that is where Maine women's basketball is just starting to put in the work to defend their title as America East regular season champs.
It's nice to be in the gym. You know, in the summer it can get long recruiting on the road, so it's nice to be able to come home and work out with some of our players that are here.
Everything's here. Like, you have the track, you have Laddie, the gym, you have the pit, and then you have the coaches at your disposal, so you're getting the most out of your summer.
The Black Bears have a few new faces out there, and Coach Amy Vachon says these early preseason days on campus are huge for their development.
It's good for them to be on campus and get familiar with how things work. You know, it's just good to get kids back, working out with each other.
It's others who are also taking a step into something a lot bigger than what they're used to, and going through the motions and just the workouts and lifts and everything is just so cool to be around such a great group of people.
Not everyone is back yet, but Vachon says she trusts that the players that are still home are on their grind like the rest of the team.
Our student athletes have shown that they do the work, whether it's here or at home, and so it's nice to have them here. I know the ones who aren't here are working hard, really just as hard at home.
While they're still months away from suiting up for their first game, during the summer is when they get to learn not only the playbook, but each other as well.
Finding the team chemistry, learning each other's weaknesses and each other's strengths, both finding the connection on and off the court so we can better ourselves for the season.
I think it's just like learning our offense. It has a lot of steps. It has a lot of reads to it. And even like I'm a senior now and I can learn something new every day.
And ever since they got to campus earlier this month, it's been all hoop.
Lots of basketball, getting ready for the season, lifting. Like I said, finding each other's strengths and weaknesses and just getting in the court, getting shots up, and working on our game.
Reporting from Orono, I'm Tyler Cruz, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
All right, thank you, Tyler. And while we are talking UMaine, the team has made their latest roster move official. The 2022 Miss Maine Basketball and Gatorade Player of the Year winner, JC Christopher, is now a Black Bear. We'll hear more from her about the transfer from Boston to Maine in the coming days. For now, though, let's head down south for round 2 of the Maine Women's AM teeing off at Portland Country Club. The 2020 champ here, Ruby Haylock, began the day with a 7-shot lead over last year's champ, Bailey Plord. So let's begin on 5 here. Bailey knocking down a birdie putt to pick up a stroke and move to within 6 shots of the lead. Next, it's Ruby on number 6 with a great approach here, bounces it right near the hole. And then it was Erin Holmes out of Valhalla. She started the day in 3rd, able to save par on 7 with a tough putt. So we would go to 8. 2019 winner Jordan LaPlume from Dunegrass with a great chip there to get it close to the cup. She started the day tied for 4th, and staying on 8 here, Ruby in the bunker with a terrific punch out. Now, not too much changed as we go to the leaderboard now, but there is a smaller gap between Haylock at +2 and Plord with a +6. Holmes now sits in 3rd overall at 11 over. And finally, back to Mansfield Stadium we go. Day 2 of the Senior Little League Regional Tournament. It's still early, but a couple teams are already getting their noses out in front. Winners bracket matchup here between Pennsylvania and Rhode Island at Mansfield and Bangor. Top 5 is where we'll pick it up. Penn up by 1. Picture-perfect bunt from Ty Zinal into the Bermuda Triangle to make it a 3-1 game. Rhodey would battle back, though, after a wild pitch scores 1. Liam Segal floats it into center field. This could be trouble. It is. Just find some green. And just like that, we are tied at 3. But Pennsylvania showing their toughness once again. This time, Carson Kratzer smokes one to left. RBI single puts Penn in front. They would go on to win it 5-3, so they maintain their spot in the winner's bracket as we head into day 3 on Thursday. Look at that sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Space tight? Bob's has big ideas in small spaces, like this small space solution. Get the sofa, love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, and a rug, all 8 pieces for only $15.99. Bob's Discount Furniture is going small, and I know a thing or two about small.
I grew up in Eastport. My dad actually worked for Bangor Hydro, so that was always my goal. I've been here for 36 years. We're all that same company, from Washington County to Bangor, Lincoln, Prescott. We're all the same people. We're all from here. This area is like one big community. When we help people, that's our biggest reward, getting the power back on. We've done that for years, and we'll continue to do that.
ABC 7, Fox 22, Brewer Redemption Center, and C&K Variety want to send you to see Papa Roach and Falling in Reverse live in concert on their Rockzilla tour with special guests Hollywood Undead and Bad Wolves. Friday, July 29th at the Main Savings Amphitheater in Bangor. Sign up to win tickets by registering at Brewer Redemption Center on Main Street in Brewer and C&K Variety in Herman. Win tickets to see Papa Roach and Falling in Reverse, July 29th on the Bangor waterfront.
Get Bob's discount on furniture, on lamps, on chairs, on mattresses,
on rugs, too.
Get Bob's discount! Only at Bob's Discount Furniture.
Welcome back with Thursday's business news. Here's Leo Jonathan.
The National Association of Realtors says existing home sales fell 5.4% in June compared to the month before. That was the fifth straight month of declining sales. Home prices continue to climb, the national median hitting $416,000, up more than 13% from a year ago. United Airlines has posted profits of $329 million in the second quarter, but still fell well below Wall Street expectations due to fuel prices. Volvo says either pure electric or hybrid vehicles now make up more than 30% of all of its vehicle sales. Volvo expects to be producing all electric vehicles by 2030. And even if you don't drive much, you're still being hit by high fuel prices, specifically diesel fuel. It's up 68% from a year ago to a national average of $5.50 a gallon. Everything is moved by trucks, which means the cost of everything will continue to rise. I'm Leo Jonathan with Thursday's Business on ABC 7.
While most Mainers typically hope for sunny days, farmers are currently hoping for more rain.
Dylan Holloway spoke to a third-generation farmer about what more showers could mean for the business.
The blueberry business is one of the biggest industries in the state of Maine. Courtney Hammond is a third-generation blueberry farmer and has been the manager of Lynch Hill Farm since 2016. He says last season the state had a near-record crop, but this year is more uncertain thanks to a lack of rain.
We had a need for some rain. We got some in the last couple of days, which was a big boon, but the month of July has been abnormally dry. We had less than an inch of rain for the entire month, whereas last year, we were near 6 inches for the month of July leading up to the harvest.
Hammond, who runs the farm with his family, says if the rain doesn't come, it will ultimately cut into their farm gate profit.
The drought in 2020, reduced our crop by about 80%. And that had a huge impact on us.
He says last year's demand for blueberries was so high that Lynch Hill Farms has close to no inventory left over to sell.
I think a lot of people are finding out about the health benefits of the wild blueberries, both in the antioxidant levels that they contain, as well as some of the new research that's looking at cardiovascular benefits, as well as brain health and the cognitive benefits of eating wild blueberries.
Hammond says it means a great deal to him to be able to carry on the legacy of his father and grandfather.
For our family and for a lot of families in Washington County, this is a way of life that we've known and, desperately trying to preserve that.
To learn more about Lynch Hill Farms, you can go to lynchhillfarms.com. More information on the benefits of blueberries can be found at wildblueberries.com. Reporting from Harrington, I'm Dylan Holloway for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Now here's meteorologist Devin Biggs with our full weather forecast.
Good morning, Devin.
Thank you very much, Joe and Emma. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1 Rockland Thomason Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. A small craft advisory is in effect for the southwestern parts of the state, lasting until about 10 p.m. this evening. We have an area of low pressure that will be moving in, and it'll help to stir the ocean up for a good part of the region, though, which is why that is currently in effect. And of course, we got the heat issues as well. Southwestern parts of the state under a heat advisory lasting till about 8 p.m. later on this evening. For now, just a few clouds moving in from the west going toward the east. We'll be watching for more of that moving in throughout the daytime today. Most of the day we will be dry until late afternoon to the evening time frame. This area of low pressure right here will track off towards the east, so we're talking strong to possibly severe thunderstorms in a few spots later on this afternoon to the evening time frame. Now, as many of you head home from work, so be careful with that. Large hail and damaging winds cannot be ruled out. But again, wave heights at around 2 feet according to some of the buoys out there right now. Some areas up to 3 feet. We'll start seeing these increasing later on today, especially as the winds get gusty. And we're talking gusty winds in many areas reaching up to about 20 to 25 miles per hour today. And we'll start seeing those calming down tonight and in the morning period tomorrow, so this will not be lasting very long. So again, our average high is now 81 degrees and we'll be in the upper 80s to possibly lower 90s over the next few days, but some improvement by Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday as we fall back into the lower to middle 80s. But dew points will still be up in a few spots, though, so it'll feel humid out there. Next couple of days today and tomorrow, we'll see dew points reaching for the middle to possibly upper 60s. Here's a legend right about in here. And we'll fall back a little bit Friday, Saturday, and the parts of Sunday. Then late Sunday and Monday, dew points rising to possibly the 70s again before we fall back as we head towards your Tuesday. UV next forecast for today, as you have the door, will be at an 8. That is considered very high. That means a burn time of around 15 minutes, so hats, sunglasses, sunscreen, and shade will be necessary as you head out the door to avoid a bad sunburn. So moving forward for today, again, we may have a few areas of fog this morning that will get out of here. Will then become partly cloudy for the rest of the afternoon with more clouds moving in late and chances for strong to severe thunderstorms moving in by about 4 to 5 o'clock or so. Moving from the west to the east, and it'll fizzle out as they do. So once we get that through, we'll be done becoming partly cloudy after midnight. Some areas of fog will also develop in a few spots. So here's the risk right here, strong to possibly severe storms. In the yellow shade, that is a slight risk, a 2 out of 5 risk, with a 1 out of 5 and marginal risk farther down toward the south. So your forecast coming out for today, partly cloudy afternoon, thunderstorms late, highs in the upper 80s and south wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Later on tonight, upper 60s, scattered strong to severe thunderstorms possible early, then becoming partly cloudy late with areas of dense fog. South wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour early and then backing off. Already a Shepherd Toyota extended forecast. Small chance of storms as we head towards Friday afternoon. Saturday, we're partly cloudy. Highs in the low 90s, upper 80s by Sunday, mostly cloudy. Then more storms as we head towards Monday.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Lincoln, is sponsored by University of Maine Early College. Tuition-free online fall courses for high school students. umaine.edu/early college. Coastal Auto Parts, your local Napa dealer with a new location in Lincoln, owned and operated by a Maine family that cares. And Lincoln Power Sports, a leading ATV, snowmobile parts and accessories and outdoor equipment dealer in Lincoln. Stop by our store or browse our extensive online catalog today.
At Bouchard Cleaning, rebuilding and restoring means more than just another job. To us, it's about bringing back cherished memories, restoring unforgettable moments in time, and giving hope when all was thought to be lost. For over 35 years, our mission has remained the same. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration.
Hey, Red Sox fans, you've got to play You Pick 'em Red Sox at foxbangor.com. Local weekly winners receive prizes. Register now at foxbangor.com. You Pick 'em Red Sox is sponsored by Twin City Tint in Brewer, Comfort Shoes and More in Newport, Saliba's Rug Cleaners in Bangor, and Twin City Tile in Brewer.
Welcome to the Purple Baboon, a local gem on the Belfast waterfront. Find lots of little joys for every taste, like fun clothing for the whole family and a lovely selection of coastal Maine-made jewelry. The Purple Baboon, the best selection at great prices. 31 Front Street, Belfast.
ABC, July 28th. Audiences are loving the new game show Generation Gap.
The comedy team known as the 3 what? 3 dummies?
It's awesome.
What's TikTok?
And they can't get enough. Generation Gap, July 28th on ABC.
Remember growing up and helping Mom make chocolate chip cookies? As soon as she would look the other way, you'd reach into the bowl and grab a fingerful of raw dough. Was that ever good? These days, that's considered a no-no since the batter has raw egg in it. Since we don't want to let that get in the way of our childhood memories, we came up with a cookie dough that's safe to eat and is Mom approved. Just like Mom did, we start by beating some butter and brown sugar together until it's creamy. To that, we add in some flour, a pinch of salt, and a splash of vanilla. Once this comes together, we slowly mix in a couple of tablespoons of milk. And since the best part is the add-ins, we add in some chocolate and peanut butter chips. Of course, if you rather add a chunked up candy bar, nonpareils, or whatever your favorites are, go ahead. Because now you can eat raw cookie dough without the worry or without getting your hand slapped. Maybe make a batch or two so you can serve it whenever the kids or grandkids want something really fun. To get the recipe, visit our website and type in cookie dough bites. It's that easy. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a very trendy and very tasty way for you to say, ooh, it's so good. You ate.
I hate to be the negative Nancy. There's an easier way of doing that. It's just buying cookie dough and eating it right off.
Well,
Just open it right up and just eat it right off the stick.
You made it so that you won't get salmonella.
Okay. Well, I've had this conversation with my girlfriend. We won't get into this right now.
You're immunized to salmonella.
I just eat, I'll just eat it. It looks delicious.
Okay.
Well, a father and son duo garner international attention thanks to their drought discoveries on Lake Mead. Adrian Montero Sr. and his son Adrian Montero Jr. run Sin City Outdoors and document some of their findings while out on Lake Mead. The pair's YouTube page became flooded with views after bodies started surfacing as the lake's water level dropped.
So far, the Monteros have found mostly sunken boats or barrels, but say they aren't surprised by their newfound viewers. Between the potential mob connections and sheer curiosity, people from around the world are tuning in to see what they discover next.
We are definitely using the high amount of views right now to teach conservation and the things we really believe in. We're trying to incorporate it in our videos.
I would love to see this place, one day turn to what it once was, a nice, great, full lake.
The Monteros warn that the lake is still dangerous, even taking time to document some of the rescues they've helped with, and warn people to be cautious while adventuring. Good Morning America is next on ABC 7.
Stay with us for the second hour of Good Morning Maine. That is turning over to Fox 22. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.
Some glad morning when this life is over.
Dude, can you believe we're graduating? And they helped us find a great job. Soon we'll be living the dream.
Exactly. I'm incredibly grateful for Maine Job Corps. If it wasn't for them, I'd be working an entry-level job and barely making it.
Let Team Maine Job Corps help find the career that's right for you. Call 561-8516.
Papa Roach. Falling in reverse. The Rockzilla Tour with very special guests, Hollywood Undead and Bad Wolves. Friday, July 29th, Maine Savings Amphitheater, Bangor, Maine. Papa Roach. Falling in reverse. On sale now at waterfrontconcerts.com or ticketmaster.com.
Hey, Red Sox fans.